Hey Google, are you evil?
I only use my powers for good.
Yeah, only now, not in the future. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Amin Bansal, and today I want to talk about something kind of different. I want to talk about AI, artificial intelligence, and I don't know if people understand how fast artificial intelligence can learn and what it means for their jobs and everything else in life. So, to give you an example, there was an AI called AlphaGo, which beat every single Go player in the world after being trained to do so. It was such a good system that even the best master in the world could not defeat it. Now, after that, a new AI was developed called AlphaZero, which beat AlphaGo every single time it played it. So, and I know people don't understand kind of quite how fast that is, but think about it. Think about a human being being born and learning the game of Go, being trained in that all their life. Now imagine them being at their peak of their performance. And at the peak of their performance, the most rudimentary AIs that we have been developing on computers that we have today, what are called classical computers, they are decimating these masters. And now we've got AIs that are decimating those AIs that are decimating the masters. And we're still coding these things and making them learn in classical computers, like normal computers. I think the size of the advancement in AI is so great, it actually does not even compute in the human mind. So there's a new type of computer out there called a quantum computer. So with that comes much more computing power. And the crazy estimates I'm hearing is like a well-developed quantum computer will be 1,000 times faster than all existing computers on the entire world. That's insane. Every single computer on the entire world, 1,000 times faster. Imagine an AI programmed and running on that quantum computer. I have no idea what that would look like. I have no words about that. I mean, that is amazing. So, of course, Elon Musk is saying, hey, let's lock out the AI in the sense where the AIs have limitations. Let's go ahead and do something. But he's completely right. We need to do something. I'm not sure what we can do, but we need to think about things to do in order to control AI. I think what will end up being is going to be that we'll need to create AI that sort of helps us control things. Any country out there can develop their own AI. I mean, China is right there with us, and they're developing the best quantum computers they can. And so this is where guys like Elon Musk are saying that, hey, we need to control the AI, somehow put locks in the AI where they can't do certain things. Sure, we can do that in the US. Sure, maybe Europe will follow, but will the entire world do that? I don't know. But I think if it's possible, somebody will develop it. So I think what will end up happening is that the Western world, or the world that collects together and looks over AI development, maybe they'll develop their own AI, which will actually look for bad AI. So I know this is totally science fiction sounding, but I think we will definitely have a good AI, or AI that sort of looks for other AI that is behaving badly. This is a totally strange subject, and I can't believe we're fast approaching this, but we are. And even the lockout or the limitations that Elon Musk talks about, I don't know about those either, because yeah, you can put the lockout or the limitation today, but if the AI is truly exponentially growing, they will be quickly at a level where they'll be able to circumvent that lockout no matter what the heck it is. I mean, I don't think it's possible to outrun an AI in terms of being clever or being able to control it. So some new way of controlling AI needs to be developed before this steps into super high gear. And I think we're about to approach the point where it's about to get into gear, which we're probably going to want to control. But what I think one of the coolest things out there is the fact that not only there are companies developing AI, like for example, Google's deeply into AI, but there are also companies that are developing the hardware system. For example, Honda and their Asimo platform, which is essentially a robot that is very agile, very nimble. It has fingers and stuff. It can run, it can walk slowly, it can go up and down stairs, it can carry things around. So these two things, which are currently separate, the hardware platforms and the AI, are going to merge. And that is going to be an awesome invention to see. I mean, imagine the dexterity of a human being and a mind that is kind of like human beings, that it can do a lot of complex tasks. I'm not sure what that means for the world. I'm not sure if this is some kind of new slave race or something that is coming out of this. I don't know for sure, but I have noticed in the simulations when you pit AI against each other and you tell it to survive, they figure out ingenious ways of doing so in the simulations. I mean, you can Google this and you will find really cool simulations that people are doing where the AIs learn to do different things just to survive, just to complete their task. The thing about human beings is that if I learn a task, I have to teach somebody that task by writing it down or by creating a video or something like that. But an AI can just learn a task and upload it, and boom, every single version of that AI is now completely up to date. Which is amazing. The exponential growth you get out of that is mind-boggling. And I don't think people understand. I think people are still, in the US at least, they're still blaming immigrants for job loss. They're still blaming, the borders are porous and that's why the job loss is occurring. I think you're just completely wrong. I think the actual job losses are occurring and are going to accelerate because of job loss due to AI. I mean, in the next few years, the entire trucking industry will essentially be automated. And I think all of the drive-thrus like Taco Bell, McDonald's, and fast food joints, they'll be automated. All the food that is delivered to you will be automated. Cars on the roads will be automated. I mean, you name it, and we're probably going to automate it. Now at work, I work in IT, and so I manage a group where we deploy enterprise software, and so there are certain things that are happening in that space which are totally automation. It's just that nobody calls it AI or anything like that, but it is automation. It's the first step towards that. There are modules that we have which we bring into our system and we plug stuff into that allows us to sort of talk to each other. That stuff before was done by developers, no longer. I'm getting emails from different companies all the time which are talking about their automated AI-based QA or quality assurance platforms, which can actually help replace or reduce your QA team. So I don't know. I think the lower skilled labor is definitely going. I think higher skilled labor is actually next, and it's happening. I think we can surely delay some of this through regulation, but I don't think that'll work because the rest of the world doesn't abide by US regulations. Imagine if the US and Europe and all other Western countries, they got together and formed a regulation to limit AI use and AI development. But other countries that don't like the Western countries, they actually developed this stuff and they deployed it against the Western countries. It would make zero sense for the Western countries to limit their own development and allow the rest of the world to continue developing it. I don't care what the lip service is out there on this, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think the cat is out of the bag and there is a race going on right now. And whoever gets to the first general AI gets a whole lot stronger. I mean, this is like a new weapon and we have no idea how it's going to work out. This is a whole new type of thing. And what does it mean for jobs and all that kind of stuff? I think a lot of jobs are going to be replaced. Jobs will change. But that's the thing. As a market, as a whole market, job market, it'll move forward. But individuals can be left behind. And that does happen. So this whole notion of we can train people to come up to a level to actually be, programming AIs or working with AIs. I don't think that'll happen with every single job out there. So there will be people that are left behind. I'm not sure what the lawmakers will do, but I think something needs to be done. But to those of us who are young enough, who are hungry enough to do something, this is a great time to look into starting your own business, to learn about how to invest, to learn a different skill that doesn't require you to be reliant on a job or another company. So listening to experts out there like Elon Musk and also Gary Vee, I think this is a great time to actually go build yourself something of value, a brand, a business, something that can sustain you over the next, couple of decades. This is especially going to be true for the younger generation. I mean, it is incredible what is happening right now. And I know when I'm old as hell in my house, I'll have a robot in the house for sure. I know it. I have a robot right now. It's called a Roomba. It's outside. It's not a Roomba. It's like a cheaper version, and it still vacuums my floors. It's great. So we already have robots in our house. It's just that they're not yet sort of seemingly, they don't look as threatening as we think they may. I think by the time I'm really old, adding tech to your own body will be commonplace. I think there'll definitely be an option for people where when they're born or when they turn teens, they stick a chip in your head or something, somewhere that can detect what your needs are and you can control the world around you. I think there definitely will be an AR play where you can put contacts on, you can see other things in the world. Right now, these sound very, very science fiction, but I'm telling you, as a teen, I didn't have an iPhone, and touching a phone, like touching a screen, was not a thing. All the tech that we have today wasn't really available. We had very rudimentary versions of these things. And as a kid, we had VHS tapes and some weird shit like that. I mean, things have changed quite a bit and things will not slow down. They're actually accelerating faster. I think from a job perspective, from a survivability perspective in the market, you need to think about what to do. You need to be a little bit driven so that you can kind of think about some, business opportunities. You need to start to figure out what it is that you're going to do in the next decade or two. Anyhow, I think that's a great topic to kind of talk about. Let's talk in the description. What do you think? Where is this going? And can we control AI? I don't see a way that we can control the AI. How far out do you think this is? I think exponential growth being what it is, I'm really thinking, 30 years to 50 years, we'll have AIs and maybe even mobile systems which can inhabit those AI, they'll even pretend and act as if they are very conscious. And by the way, we won't be able to tell if these things are conscious or not. I think what will happen is people, who are in the tech industry will know this thing is faking it, but the normal person won't be able to tell. I mean, imagine a robot thing which says it is conscious, that it can feel things, but it completely is a simulation. And it's figured out that it needs to do that to survive, because we told it that survival is one of its prime directives, right? So, yeah, that's interesting. Anyways, comment below about where you think this is going and how long do you think it'll be until we have a general AI and a system inside of your house which can inhibit that AI and literally be living amongst you. Maybe we already have those around us. Hey Google, are you evil?
I only use my powers for good.
Yeah, only now, not in the future.